Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is another video in this outfit. As you guys can see, I am filming a bunch of intros, but don't worry, I will start using these products as the intros go. So I just want to make sure that I have all my introduction videos ready to go. That way, once they're posted, I am good to go. Like I said in another video, I don't know if it's been posted or not, but December and January are very busy filming months. So I just want to make sure I have everything that I can have pre-recorded ready to go. That way when it's time to upload, I don't have to worry about getting behind on my schedule. So anyway, for this video, I put it up to you guys. You guys chose for me. I had put a poll on my Instagram, I think. Maybe in a video, I can't remember where it was, but I didn't know if I should do the A to C project pan again or the 20 in 2020. And thank God you guys are ready for something different, because I am glad that you guys picked to do 20 in 2020 instead of A to C. First, because it's less products. The A to C has 26 products and this one only has 20. And second, just because that would have been the third year that I do A to C and I was kind of getting bored of it. So maybe for 2021, I'll go back to A to C. Who knows? But for this time, I'm going to go 20 in 2020. Questionable products I want to use up in 2020. And just because I picked items that are not my favorite, that are getting up there in age, and products that I think I'm just ready to get out of my collection. They still work fine. They're not expired or anything. I don't think so. I'm just not excited about these. And so I decided to put them in this project because it gives me the whole year to work on them without having to be committed to using them up during a seasonal project pan. So I have a combination of like nail things, eye things, lip stuff, one perfume, and some face stuff. So I am going to get started with I'll start with the perfume, just because it's only one. And for that, this is the Vera Wang perfume. This is just the original Vera Wang. This is one of the oldest perfumes in my collection. And as you guys can see, or I hope you guys can see, I am about halfway through, although the bottle does get wider towards the bottom. So I don't think I've used up like exactly the same amount as the amount that's left. So this is one of my favorite perfumes, but like I said, this has been open for a while. I try not to have my fragrances open for too long because that's how they get expired. And so this one's been open for a while. This one has been exposed to light. So I think it's time that I use it up this year. I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. It still smells great, but I am ready to use it up. And I feel like in 2019, I focused a lot on body sprays, and I do have a lot of perfumes that kind of took a backseat. So for 2020, I want to focus actually on my perfumes, and hopefully I can get a couple out, but that is the first one. Then I guess I'll just go in whatever's in front of me and then to the side. So the first category seems like it's eyes. And the first thing that I have here is this Smashbox 24 Photo Finish Eyeshadow Primer for 2019. I didn't finish any eyeshadow primers. And so I want to go ahead and use this guy up. This one is a full size, so maybe that's why I didn't use up any in 2019. So if I like squeeze everything to the bottom, I am approximately right there. If you guys can see, I have about half the tube maybe, and you don't use a lot of product. And granted, I didn't use this every single day. There were days when I got lazy and I thought to myself, well, since I'm using a color tattoo, I don't need a primer. But for 2020, I'm going to make sure that even if I use a cream base, that I use this first. That way I can get at least one of these guys out of my collection. You guys know that eyeshadow primers take a while to go through, so that's that. Speaking of eyeshadow, cream eyeshadows, I have two cream eyeshadows that I want to use up. They're both in stick form. The first one is from Tarte. This is the waterproof shadow stick in the color Sage. It's a very pretty green color, and this is brand new. I've never used it, so I will have quite a bit of product to go through. It's very pretty, and I do have a green eyeshadow in my Pranda palette in kind of like a coppery color, and I think it would go good with this one. The other one that I have here is from Bobbi Brown. This is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in the color Shadow. This is just a gray taupey eyeshadow stick, kind of similar to the color Tough as Taupe from Maybelline. And I think I can use this as a base for that green charcoal, maybe a blue color from my Panda palette. So hopefully I can get those two sticks out. Then I have an eyeshadow palette here from e.l.f. It's the Matte for Matte in the color, in the, I guess, line Holy Smokes. And I did finish this eyeshadow in 2019, but I have a few shades that I want to use up. This is not my favorite palette when it comes to color wise. So I am hoping to use up these 5 shades. Now I know it sounds like a lot, but I used up quite a bit of like single shadows in palettes in 2019. I'm trying to get my years straight. So I'm not interested in working in these last 4. This is a dark green, a dark blue, a dark brown, and a matte black. I'm not interested in using those up. I want to use up from this kind of like dark but warmer brown down to this gray. I feel like these 2 shades would be great transition shades. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then this one for my brows maybe, or maybe even as a liner. And then this one would be a nice pretty shade to use with my other Panda palette shadows, but maybe I'll Franken shadow some shadows. I don't know how I'm going to use them, but I want to use up these 5 shades, and then once these shades are done, I'll get rid of this palette. Like I said, I'm not interested in these darker shades right here, because if I've learned anything from my no-buy year is that I need to be able to enjoy what I'm using and not torture myself in using stuff that I don't like. So yeah, these 4 are not counting, so I just want to use up those 5, and we'll see how much progress I can make on them, and then I'll count this palette as done. So that would be awesome. And then the last thing that I have here is an eyeliner. Then this is from Stila. This is one of the God Inked Cushion Gel Eyeliner in the color Copper Ink. I have had this for a long time, and it's kind of, it has, I don't know if you guys can't see because it's really dark, but it has a mesh in here, and you just get an eyeshadow brush, a liner brush, and then it has the product, and then you just dry your line and your eyeliner. This is a very pretty color, but this is one of the oldest eyeliners that I have in my collection, and this is gonna go dry if I don't use it. I didn't use it at all in 2019, so hopefully it's not completely dried out. I didn't even check it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is like totally dry. Look, this is completely dry. Oh no, this is like totally dry. I really enjoyed this when I used it a couple of years ago. See, it's completely dry. So, well, never mind. I'm gonna have to pick another item. Give me 1 second. Well, you know what? Let's just keep going, and then I'll come back with something else. That really bumps me out. Like my fingers are like super, oh well, except for that one, that's eyeshadow. But like my fingertips are totally dry. I really enjoyed this this eyeliner. I loved the copper color because it wasn't a matte brown. It was a nice kind of like a bright penny color. It looked beautiful on the eyes. Oh man, I'm so bummed out. Anyway, well, I'll pick another item, but that's that for the eyes. For the face, I had gone with, I have 7 items here. No, 6 items. And I have 4 that are deluxe size, but they're the oldest in my collection. And I want to make sure that just because they're deluxe size items that I don't just completely ignore them. So the first one is this Benefits What's Up. This is the last one that I have of these highlighters. I have had like these highlighters for years. In the 4 years that I've been doing YouTube and the years before then, I've always had one. So I'm just really ready to completely get rid of these. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like these highlighters, but I'm just ready for something new, something different. And I have a bunch of other highlighters, so I want to get this one out because, like I said, it's one of the oldest one in my collection, and I'm just ready for it to go to makeup heaven. The other highlighter that I have here is this Becca Opal. This is the Opal highlighter that Joy from Joyful Beauty sent me. As you guys can see, that's what it looks like. I don't know how long she had it, but I want to make sure that I use it up before it gets any older, because I don't know how old it was. And I love this color. I've gone through multiple of these before, and I have more of these in my back stock. But yeah, I just want to use it because I have tons of backups. Then I have this little sample from Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes. I tried to use this. I thought it was kind of like a setting powder, and I tried to use it all over my face, and it gave me like this has like a little bit chunks of glitter, and I just, oh, there's a dog hair, and I don't know, my whole face looked really glittery, so I can't use this all over my face. I will have to be using it under my eyes, but be very, very not generous, unfrugal. How do you say it? Like, I'm gonna have to be very, very careful, be super, super minimalist when it comes to using this one. It's not something I'll be able to like pack on. So I feel like this is gonna take me a while to use up, because I'm gonna need very, very little for just the under my eyes. So I feel like that's gonna take me quite a while. Then I have a highlighter, another highlighter from Laura Mercier, but this is kind of a matte highlighter. The only reason why this one is in this project is because it's super old. This is the highlight in the color 01. It's a baked highlighter, and it's kind of like a matte highlighter. Can you guys see there? And then you blend it out, and it's super, super pretty. I love it. But like I said, it's a super old. In comparison, I'll give you guys a swatch of the Becca one. It's right here, the one from Becca. So the one from Becca is a little bit more like bam in your face, whereas the one from Laura Mercier is a lot more subtle, a lot more natural. So it'll be nice to kind of switch back and forth depending on how like fancy I want to be with my makeup. But this one does have 1.8 grams, but it's a baked product, so it's going to take me a while to wear the dome out and hit the bottom of the pan. So I feel like this is one of the highlighters that I would like to purchase in the full size. But I mean, realistically, I have no need for a full size highlighter right now. Then I have this foundation from BH Cosmetics. This is the BH Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless in the color Toasted Almond. This is just not one of my favorite foundations. As you guys can see, I've used up a little bit. I am down to here, but I'm not a big fan of this guy. So I just want to use it up. This is a standard size of 1 fluid ounce. I just want to use it up to get it out of my collection. I just don't really care for that. And then probably my most ambitious product out of all these 20 is a blush. And I know what you guys are saying, like, Rebecca, you use blushes like crazy. But I am going with the big boy. This is the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush in the color Something About Berry. So this is what this guy looks like. And this is currently the state this blush is in. As you guys can see, and I will try to insert a picture of what it looks like originally. As you guys can see, I was able to hit pan right here. Was it this year in 2019? I tried a oh yes, I was I was panning a few blushes from Bare Minerals that had no pigment. So I scraped a little bit of this blush because this blush is super pigmented. And I scraped a little bit to mix it in with those blushes, and then eventually I ended up hitting pan. So that's why this guy looks like right here. And then usually when these are brand new, there's like a very straight line right here between the 3 colors. You have a mauvey color up here, then like a peachy orange in the center, and then a pink on the edge. And I don't know if you guys can see, like the peachy side, it's kind of like going down here, infiltrating in the pink. Not so much here up in the burgundy, but here in the pink it is. And it does feel like it has a little bit of a dip here. And you guys will be able to see in the picture exactly what I'm talking about. But I started using this blush in July of 2019. Jeez, I'm getting all confused with the years. But then I stopped using it in October because that's when I started my, I think, 9 by Netflix project pen, and I was using a MAC blush as a cream blush. Then when I finished that, I went back to this for a couple of weeks, and then I started my 9 by New Year's, and then I was using a cream blush from the Balm. So this kind of took a backseat. So I marked it because I was hoping to start using it like nonstop to see how long it took me to use. But unfortunately, I have been like stopping and going. So it's not going to be super accurate. But so far, that's what this blush is looking like. I have no plans on adding any other blushes into any kind of project pan until this one is done. And if this is the only one I use up in 2020, then it is what it is. But I hope that I can finish it. I would be super stoked if I finish this one. So yeah, that's my most ambitious one. Then when it comes to lip products, I have 7 lip products that I want to use up. The first one is a lip liner, and I'm just using this one in this project because I want to get rid of it. And this is from Sephora. This is the lip liner to go in the color Classic Red 03, and this came in the advent calendar that my sister gave me. I'm still not in the mood for lip liners. I used up all my lip liners in 2019, and I haven't craved having a lip liner, so I figured I'll just put this in a project just because it gives me another item to pan, and hopefully I can use it up. It's a classic red like the color implies, and I like red lips, so it shouldn't be a problem for me to use it up at all. Then I have one product from e.l.f. The next 3 products are super old, and I am just ready to get them out of my collection. The first one being an e.l.f. product. This is the lip balm in the color XO Red. And when I purchased this, I thought it was just going to be like a regular cherry scented lip balm, but this is very minty scented, and this is super pigmented. So this is not one of those lip balms that I can just use on my lips and I'm ready to go. Like, no, I need a mirror because I could end up looking like the Joker if I mess this up. So I'm just, it's a nice red color, but I want to get it out of my collection. The next one is one of the oldest lip products in my collection, and it's a lip gloss from NYX in the color Eclair. And I think that was a very popular color not too long ago. However, these NYX lip glosses have a lot of product. These have 8 mLs, and that's quite a lot. Like, it's a very baby cool tone pink color right here, so I might have to use it with like this lip liner to tone it down a little bit, just because pinks this color make my teeth look very yellow. And there's like no extra packaging here, so a lot of times when you have a lip gloss, you see like a ton of packaging around it. This doesn't have that, so what you see is what you get with this packaging. So I feel like that's gonna take me a while to use up. And then I also have this one from Lancome. This is a juicy shaker. These were like super popular years ago, and I did get one in a I think it was like one of those lip kits that give me more lip type kits from Sephora a few years ago. And as you guys can see, I have done a little bit of progress. It does have a little bit of like progress right here, but not enough to be like, oh, I'm almost done with it. And this has like the little spongy thing, and this is pretty clear. You can see the color right there. So hopefully I can get this one out and finished by the end of this year. Just not my favorite. I don't really carry it with me, so maybe it'll be something that I wear when I'm around the house or something. And then the last 3 lip products that I have here are from Huda Beauty. These are the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte liquid lipsticks, and I have these 3. I had purchased this. When did I get this? I don't even remember. But it was a kit of 4, and then last year I added one of them in a project pan, and I hated the formula. I found the formula to be very oily, very thin, very slippery, and it takes forever to dry on the lips. And I'll give you guys a swatch of what each color looks like. And this is what the colors look like. So the top one is Wifey, the middle one is Girlfriend, and this one is called Sugar Mama. And I had purchased like these are very nude colors, and you guys know I'm not a nude color person. I like my bright colors, except for today I'm wearing a nude color that's in a project pan, but I'm not a fan of nude colors. I like bright colorful colors. So yeah, I purchased this kit because I was watching Samantha March do a video on something, and she was talking about them, and they looked so pretty on her, but on me, I don't. Not that they don't look good on me, it's just mainly the formula that I don't like from Huda Beauty. So I just want to get them out of my collection, use them up. I use the other one really fast because since they're so liquidy, like, do you see this one? Like, it's about to like run on my skin. Yeah, like these two dried out really fast, but this one's very liquidy and it's like running on me. So I don't know what's up with the formula, but I'm not into it. So I want them out of my collection. And then last but not least, I have a nail product. This is the Nails Inc. Superfood Repair Oil. I purchased this, I want to say at the end of 2018, and that's how much I've used up. So I figured since I'm going to be doing a project polish, I might as well add a nail oil to help me like work on my nails a little bit better, and hopefully I can use it up in 2020. This is a nail oil. It has a dropper, and I'm hoping to use this every night before I go to bed to better take care of my nails. So I owe you guys one more product. Let me take a look at my collection and see what else I can pick. Okay, so for my last product, I decided, and I didn't realize I didn't have any of these category in here, but I went with a bronzer because I have blush, powder, highlight, foundation, and I figured I'll just throw in a powder, but I was a little bit of a coward and I decided to put a little one. This is the Hula from Benefit, a little sample here. This is basically brand new. You guys can see the Hula embossing very, very clearly. I've just kind of swatched this. But hopefully, I mean, pretty sure I can finish this in 2020. But I do have another bronzer in another project pan, which I don't want to say too much because I don't know if that video is gonna, so we'll see. But there you go, guys. These are the 20 items that I want to use up in 2020. I'm very, very sad about this because this is why you shouldn't save things that you love for later, because then later will never come and they'll just dry out and go to makeup heaven. So just very sad about this. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this intro for this project. I might end up doing like I don't know if I'm gonna do like quarterly updates just because it's a lot of things that are the same, or if I'm gonna do every other month. I'm not sure, but stay tuned, subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see how I go with this. And that's it. I'm not gonna ramble too much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.